Amy, let me tell you about a magical place that is so exactly designed to be enclosed space, year-round fun for the whole family that I bet you already know what I'm going to say before I even say the name. Let's say it together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Great Wolf Lodge. You got it, Amy.
My kids loved Great Wolf Lodge when we went. You probably already know that it has a huge indoor water park with a wave pool, lazy river, a bunch of massive water slides. But then your pack can hit the other attractions because, wait, there's more.
Great Wolf Lodge has adventure-packed attractions like Magi Quest, a live-action game kids can play throughout the lodge, plus the Northern Lights Arcade. Spent some quality time there, so your kid who loves the lazy river and your kid who loves fantasy games will both have a great time.
Great Wolf Lodge also offers great dining options and complimentary daily events like nightly dance parties, all under one roof. Unpack the car once and you're settled in to have fun. And with 22 lodges across the country, you're always a short drive away from adventure.
We've both had such great times at Great Wolf Lodge, so bring your pack together at a lodge near you. Learn more at greatwolf.com and strengthen the pack. Hello, everyone, and welcome to What Fresh Hell, Laughing in the Face of Motherhood Plus. Subscribers only in the door, please. I was like, should I say What Fresh Hell plus Laughing in the Face of Motherhood? But that sounds like a sentence. No.
More.
It's just everything's a little bit more. Anyway, I'm Margaret.
I'm Amy, and I think we should call it What Fresh Hell, more laughing about other stuff that isn't motherhood.
It's a little cumbersome. We may have to workshop it, but I'll take it for now.
Today, we're going to talk about our humble showbiz beginnings. We've done zero prep. I've done a little internal mental prep for this. I also lived it. I was there.
Yeah, you've done prep. I live it. You survived it.
Get low. I can't wait to hear your stories because it's hard for me to believe that you still have things to teach me. But oh my God, I heard a story of Margaret's humble showbiz beginnings last week that I was still like, wait, what? How is this not the first thing you ever told me?
How is this possible?
Mm-hmm. I want to start with my showbiz beginnings before I got to Hollywood were some of my first paying work as a performer. So I was in this thing called like the industrial world, which is where you could be paid to give, to like memorize a lot of material and kind of guide things. So I was the on stage host for a show based on the show Ghostwriter, which was on PBS. And I wasn't on the show Ghostwriter. It was a show where like kids solve mysteries, sort of Encyclopedia Brown, Ghost, sort of Scooby-Doo if it was real people. And these kids.
Okay. You've got me intrigued already.
I know. Somebody's
I don't even
like,
remember this show.
Oh, well, we were too old for it. But definitely some of our listeners are like, Ghostwriter. Oh, my God. So Ghostwriter was this show on PBS. The kids were kids. They were child actors. And so you couldn't expect them to like, memorize a big speech to like, say at the ribbon cutting of the Utica Mall, but I could. So I memorized like 8 pages of dialogue. I'm like, and now I'm going to bring out these people. And I would sing and dance with them also. Like we had this song.
The cast of Ghostwriter?
With the cast of Ghostwriter. Like, you got to believe and reach for the sky. It was sort of like Janet Jackson.
Like friends, I just want to say I am hearing this story for the first time. There must be footage of this somewhere.
There
don't
probably
you think?
is. And
someone go on a YouTube deep dive and see if you can find Amy Wilson singing at a mall with the cast of Ghostwriter. I mean, first person to bring that in wins free What Fresh Hell merch.
It is
I'm saying
so
it right
deep.
here.
It did bring me. I did a performance with the cast of Ghostwriter at the World Trade Center, and I got to be on stage with Bob McGrath. Bob from Sesame Street. He just died.
Oh, amazing!
He
just died. Yeah,
like maybe that's not so humble. I was on stage with like that's right, Bob, and we also have another special treat. Here they come, the cast of Ghostwriter, and we like had like banter together. So that was extremely humble. Anyway, what was your first paying job?
I was a costumed caroler at the Headless Horseman. So I grew up near a town called Sleepy Hollow, which is where Washington Irving was from. And so they do in the spooky season, all through Christmas, events at the mansions that are around where Washington Irving lived.
They milk it, you guys. If you live in the New York area, like it's like a spooky Thanksgiving in Sleepy Hollow.
They're still cashing checks off the back of Washington Irving all these years later. I was a costumed caroler at Washington Irving's mansion in the wintertime. And let me tell you, I have often amazed people. I mean, you can do a lot of carols, and I know all the words too, including like the oldie-timey, like wassail all over the town. Da, 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 and the ale, it is brown. Like, I'm talking about oldie-timey carols.
Yeah, love them.
So I did that.
Did you
for
have
a
muff? Did you have like a bonnet and a muff?
Of course I had a bonnet and a muff. What else would a costume caroler wear? And there were definitely, you had to get there early. There were like 4 busted costumes and 2 really beautiful costumes. And so like the first person to get there would get the like red velvet with the muff, and it was brand new. And then if you got there late, you were like in like the plaid, like really, Mrs. Oh my gosh, why can't I say it? Mrs. Ingalls, you were not looking fancy. You were like the busted caroler if you got there late.
My ghostwriter work led me to...
I mean, my ghostwriter work, you just lay that down like it's a thing.
Led me to more work with the same company. Part 1 was in dinosaur costumes. We did a dinosaur show. First of all, I was a warm body that could like memorize dialogue and sing. So I was always getting on planes with a dinosaur costume. Yes.
Is this work you're getting through an agency?
Oh, no. This is definitively non-union, as they say.
But where are you getting it? Like the back page? Like, where are you booking these jobs?
There used to be a newspaper called Backstage. I think it probably still exists in print form.
Backstage,
and they'd be like seeking talent to do this, and you'd send your resume. And I auditioned, and
you were like, I will get on a plane.
Next thing I know, I'm playing. Right. It was like better than temping. I would wear this dinosaur costume and do like dinosaur rapping with other people. And we used to have a little laughs.
First person to find footage, people.
Yeah.
I'm saying your pick from the What Fresh Hell merch store.
But so the story that I definitely wanted to tell is this led to a several holidays career of me playing Mrs. Claus. And this, again, I'm like 25. And going to malls, right? And doing a show. It was Mrs. Claus and Frosty the Snowman. And so my friend Garth is in the Frosty costume, and I'm being Mrs. Claus.
No, but you're also with Santa.
No. Well, we have nothing to do. Like, the mall has a Santa. Like, I've never met the Santa. Like, the Santa exists somewhere else. So, like, I'm in the middle of the mall with hundreds of children watching. And then at the end of our show, there's like a ribbon cutting, and everybody can start lining up for the Santa photos. Like, it was content that was meant to augment the mall Santa. But I had nothing to do with the mall Santa. But we were a completely self-contained show. It was Mrs. Claus and Frosty. Frosty's in a costume, like in a head, like Disney
you
World.
rarely see that overlap. I mean, they're not historically great friends, Mrs. Claus and Frosty.
And we had no stage manager or anything. Like, I'm like also the stage manager. So Frosty's on, and like we press play on our cassette, right, and like go. I think we had a sound person, in the back, but nobody that could help me. Except for Frosty the Snowman, who's on stage with a giant head, so can't like see me really, or you know what I mean. So once the show starts, I'm on stage, I'm running the show. We have to keep going. So the reason I settled that up is because it was one of my the favorite jobs I've ever had, because you just have talk about an invested audience, like hundreds of wide-eyed
You're basically Mick
children,
Jagger
right,
yeah.
who would wait in line to meet me and be like, "Can you please give this to Santa?" And like their hand would be shaking as they handed me their drawing. I loved that part. But I'm on stage and I have to sing the song, basically like I'm stalling, like, let's get ready for Santa. Who comes around on a special night? Santa comes around on a special night. And that song has all kinds of gestures. Right. So I'm like, come on, kids. Right. Like, beard that's white. And you have to act it out.
That beard that's white.
So there's hundreds so picture like, hundreds of kids sitting on the floor with like their parents in the perimeter, behind them at the food court. My wig, and like there's no costume crew. Like, I stuck on my wig like 30 seconds before we went on stage. Right.
It's like a white wig with a bun.
Yeah. I've got the Mrs. Santa bun wig on. I'm on stage, and the guy from the Frosty costume is kind of behind me, just sort of like gesticulating merrily. He can help nothing. My wig starts to fall off during the number. I can feel it creeping back in my head. And like, this can't happen. Like, I will ruin the magic of Christmas for literally hundreds of children if they see my wig fall off. So I'm singing the song like Who Comes Around on a Special Night, and I have to hold on my wig with one hand until the song ends, because like, you know, the cassette's playing and I can't leave in the middle of the song because there's a track playing with Frosty talking to me and stuff. So I'm holding on the wig with one hand while gesticulating Special Night, Beard That's White, looking at hundreds of children staring up at me, completely mimicking what I'm doing, you know, holding one hand, holding their wig on, and the other hand gesticulating, while like 200
the parents
adults
are dying laughing at
died laughing. That is my most memorable, humble showbiz beginning.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
The song ended, and I think I was like, I'll be right back. Well, Frosty was like, that's right, Mrs. Claus. I just had to like run backstage and fix it.
I once got booed off the stage at the Chicago, I'm going to get it wrong. It was either the Improv or the Laugh Factory, like the big comedy club in Chicago. I was with my old comedy partner. I was doing a show at a small theater uptown in Chicago that was really good. We would improvise like 90 minutes of comedy. It was a solid show. It was more theatery than comedy. It was like improv comedy. Two of us would like tell a story based on things that the audience told us. And it was very structured, and it was really, really funny, but not in a comedy club way, as we soon learned.
Not funny, haha, but funny, tragic.